So, Bob got a shutout. Maurice took him out. Stolars came in and we lost the game. Bob got another shutout. Maurice took him out. Stolars came in. We lost that game. Then Bob allowed one goal. Maurice took him out. Stolars came in. And we lost that game. The other night, Bob allowed a goal. Maurice took him out. Put Stolars in.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, how we doing? So, this is just not right at all. It is Sunday. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is twice this year, by the way, that the Dolphins have not played on Sunday, and the Panthers ended up playing at 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. So clearly there is some colluding, not conspiring. There's some collusion going on there to make sure that Dolphin fans do not get either a Sunday off or we don't get to watch the other games. I had thought about maybe streaming Bills Chiefs later on today, but with my eyes still, the migraine's slowly getting better, but they're still pretty sensitive, so I don't think it would be smart to watch two games and stream two games. That didn't stop me from trying, but Kyle said no, so we're not doing it. All right, what do we got on the ice? So you already know about Stolars. I'm convinced now at this point that Bill Zito watches the channel for trade ideas, and Paul watches the channel to do the opposite of whatever Stu and I say we would like to see. I'm fairly certain it's way beyond coincidence at this point. So now what I'm going to start doing, well, I guess if I tell Maurice what I'm doing, it'll work. I'm going to start asking for the opposite of what I want. And let's see if Maurice gets tricked into giving me what I want. So Stolars is back on the ice. Kulikov is out. Belinskis is in. And it was an interesting quote from Maurice. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but basically saying we've got like 3 seventh defensemen, and they're all NHL defensemen all ready to go in. So if you want to be the 7th guy, you've got to be willing to go in and go out and go in and go out. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Kulikov, let's put it this way, Kulikov, Mahura, Belinskis as your 7/8D, it's not too bad. It's not too shabby, right? Kulikov's not a super young guy, so give him a night off, day off, as the case would be today, from time to time. And so no big issue there, even though I'm never a really big fan of changing the lineup after you only give up a goal. But if he's going to take the goaltender out, may as well just screw the rest of the lineup up. Other than that, Gadjevich is out. Lorentz is in. I don't necessarily know if that's performance-based or just, again, we've got depth guys, and Maurice wants to get them out there on the ice. Now, hopefully, like I said, the last 3 times that Maurice took Bob out after a spectacular game, we lost the game. Now, 2 of those have been performances by Stolars that were less than fantastic. One of those sandwiched in between was the shootout loss to Toronto, where he was pretty good. And I'm not saying it's completely his fault, but that's 3 times. That's 3 times. It's not good juju. Like, when Alex Lyon came in, the opposite happened. We started winning games, right? So even though it's not Stolars' fault, although he's let some questionable goals in, it's not good, energetically. It's not good juju that every time we take Bob out, put Stolars in, with no points or only 1 point. So hopefully today, because that would be disastrous. That would be an absolute disaster of a start to the road trip. Now I assume he is doing this now so that you're going to see Bob all 4 straight of the late games. That better be the case. That needs to be the case, because I know we don't want to wear Bob out. All right, there is that. But our defense is playing so good. I mean, it's not like Bob's having to make 40 saves a night, right? I mean, I look back there the other day, he was making himself a ham and cheese sandwich with mayo. He even had time to put the mustards and the pickles on. So he's going long stretches of, especially in the third period. I think there was like 5 minutes left in the third period, and they mentioned Penguins had like 1 shot, 2 shots on goal. So we're not exactly wearing them out. So I get it. I was surprised that this was the game. And he does this poor thing to George Richards, too. This is at least the 3rd time where George puts out the morning article, and it's not accurate because Maurice changes up the goaltender on him. So it is what it is. All right. At least the game will be over before. Well, I would say it's over before it gets dark, but it's pouring rain outside anyway. It's already too dark as it is. Stay healthy, Panthers, and get 2. All right, so it's 2-1 Panthers after 1. Started off, barely got my ass in the seat. And Forsling gets a goal 62 seconds in. And then Stolarz gives up a goal that, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. The way this works is I bitch about you, and then you do good. That's how this has worked here for 8 years. I bitch about the guy, and then they do good. Stolarz appears to be immune to my bitching and complaining, which, if that's the case, I'm no help there. There's nothing I can do about it other than keep bitching. And I mean, so it was only 1, but it was bad. It was yucky. It was. I don't get that yummy feeling. Do you feel any of this? Any of this with Anthony Stolarz on the ice? No, neither do I. That said, there's a little bit of line changing there. Let's see. They move Verhaeghe up. And to the top, you put Cousins with Bennett and Kachuk, and they put Rodriguez down with Luostarinen and Lundell, which basically the effect that has had is now Rodriguez is invisible next to Lundell and Luostarinen. That line just can't quite get it going. And the top line has another one with Verhaeghe in front of the net, deflecting a shot from Reinhart. Take it either way we can get it. Past that, we look like I don't feel comfortable about this game. We don't look bad, but Stolarz just doesn't get. I don't get that confident feeling, right? You know what I mean? Let's move on to second period. I'm just gonna keep bitching about this guy until he turns into an NHL goalie. All right, so it's 2-1 still, 2-1 after 2. It's not a bad game, like Kyle says. This pleases Master Maurice. I love my Panthers. I do love the team, and I love that we win all the time. I do. I genuinely do. And I'm certainly not taking it for granted that we're good after all the decades of being ass. That said, that was a fun year, the President's Trophy, where we had excitement and action up and down the ice. This will put you to sleep on a Sunday afternoon. The only thing keeping me awake is because I'm so jacked up on coffee to douse the migraine that I'm awake. Otherwise, it's a perfect picture of Panther hockey. Are we going to win this game 2-1? Are we really going to just get 2 quick goals and just play shut down the whole rest of the game? I mean, I guess we've been doing it all year, so we may as well just do it again today. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That hurts. 2 points. All right, so What do you think about that, huh? Not only did I bitch Stolars into a pretty damn good performance, but I bitched this into a combined 4 goals in the third period, huh? That's my bitching and complaining skills remain unmatched. So, I'm just going to get this part out of the way. And this is really, really odd for me to say this because the biggest impetus to me starting this channel was the Panthers trading Eric Gudbranson. That was like the final straw that and just triggered me too much was trading Gudbranson. Fast forward to my 8th season, Eric Gudbranson is I want to get this right. Eric Gudbranson is a piece of shit. All right? And not even like that well-formed dog shit that you walk by because you saw it was there because it was. It's the sneaky piece of shit, okay? That's smelly and runny and it just gets all over you. What in the hell is this asshole thinking? Take the hit like a man. Now, if you watch the hit that Cousins laid on him, if you dislike the Panthers and you want to make the one eye open argument that hit was maybe borderline, I will agree that far. But the second part of the hit, where Cousins smashes him up against the boards, Cousins isn't even on his skates because he got knocked off of his skates, and Cousins is flying backwards out of control at the same time. It wasn't on purpose. Now, past the hit, let's say that you think the hit was on purpose. Let's say that you think nothing Gudbranson did was wrong and that the hit was on purpose and malicious. Okay, here's what I'd like to know. Gudbranson lays motionless on the ice, pretending to be hurt, waits for the whistle, and the second he hears that whistle, he jumps up and immediately attacks Cousins. If that's not the definition of embellishment, somebody tell me what is. Okay? He goes down, face first, pretending to be hurt, waiting for the whistle that he knew was going to come because he was pretending to be hurt. As soon as the whistle comes, he jumps up, he attacks Cousins. Now, I realize that out of that whole mix, I'm not even complaining that the Jackets ended up with a 2-minute power play. Whatever. Fine. If you want to just add it all up and say that the Cousins hit should have been a 2-minute power play for Jackets, fine, whatever. Okay, fine. We'll take it. But Gudbranson then, after that, after getting his nose all beat up, I get it. You're pissed off that you got put face planted into the boards by 5'2" Nick Cousins. I don't know how big he is. I'm kidding. Now, here's the thing. Later on, if you want to fight with Cousins, which, by the way, as an aside, this is why Gadjevich should never be off the ice. All due respect to Steven Lorentz, in terms of hockey skill, Gadjevich is kind of actually better than Lorentz. He should not be off the ice with these guys that we have on our team playing hard-nosed, rock 'em, sock 'em, hit 'em half the time hockey. We should have Gadjevich there to fight those battles, but we didn't. So what does Gudbranson do? He just completely forgets that there's a hockey game going on, jumps Cousins basically from behind and just tackles him. And while Cousins isn't even trying to fight, he's sitting there just trying to protect himself, starts beating the crap out of Nick Cousins. Now, if you're okay with that, there's a problem. Your bias is too far gone, okay? It's one thing if Gudbranson feels he got wrong and you want to drop the gloves and let's go. And Nick Cousins probably would have got whooped up by Gudbranson anyway, and that's the point. What are you, afraid of Nick Cousins, Gudbranson? You're like a freaking sequoia on skates. You're 150 feet tall. You're going to kick his ass anyway, but no. You got to be a pussy and jump him from behind. So they give him the game misconduct. We get a 7-minute power play. We get 1 goal out of the 7-minute power play because we're the Panthers and Maurice don't care about power play goals. We end up winning the game. We get a couple of cheap ones. Luosterainen and Tkachuk get empty netters. Kachuk's wasn't cheap. Kachuk full length to the ice. I mean, that's harder than a goalie goal. Well, he did, and it wasn't even on purpose. He's just trying to clear the puck, and it goes in the net. Beautiful. So we get the win, and that's fine. But holy crap, Gudbranson. I mean, that should be a suspension. Probably won't be. Probably won't be, but probably should be. You can't just attack guys, tackle them, and start beating the crap out of them because you got your wee little pecker feelings hurt. Despite, regardless of what you think of the hit from Cousins, he got a penalty. The Jackets got a power play out of it, even though Gudbranson attacked him again. But all that set aside, I would love to hear, especially from somebody who's going to tell me the Cousins hit was dirty. If you're going to tell me the Cousins hit was dirty, you better have an explanation for how that wasn't embellishment loaded up in the comments as well. Because the dude literally pretended to be dead until they blew the whistle, at which point in time he jumped up like Mary fucking Poppins and went after Cousins. So don't tell me that that wasn't premeditated embellishment, the freaking definition of what should have been embellishment. And this is what you get when I'm all jacked up on caffeine to get rid of the migraine pain. We get 2 points. That should do it, right? What else happened in the game? What the hell happened? There wasn't much else to talk about in the game, really. Okay, Stolarz did good. Stolarz, he led in the first one, kind of made me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. All right, but the rest of the night, especially glove side, he looked really good. That was fine. Okay, we did good there. Bennett with the nice little diving tip, Bill Lindsay style, to get it to Barkov, who luckily did not hit the post. Because Bennett a couple minutes ago a couple minutes earlier had an open net, and somehow he managed to hit the far post. I don't even understand how he did that. He's standing on the left side of the net, depending on where you're looking, but he's standing on the left side of the net. The whole net is open, and somehow from about 6 inches away, he hit the right post. I mean, that's tough to do. Like, if you were standing there in that position trying to hit the post, it would probably take you 5 or 10 shots to exactly hit the post so it wouldn't go in the net. And he managed to do it first time out the box. It was crazy. Decent game. We'll take the 2 points and get the hell out of Ohio. That's fine. Now, are we going to see Bob all 4 late games? All 4 late games. We got the Dolphin game tomorrow night, and then we got 4 late games in a row for the Panthers. It's going to be 26 degrees while we're live streaming at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be in a spectacular mood by then because the migraine should be gone. It's kind of gone now. It's just queasy, nausea, eye strain at this point. It's just like mild at this point. It's just enough to be irritating. And then Gudbranson, man. I used to love that dude. I don't have it. Do I have anything Gudbranson up here? No. It's a good thing I don't have a 44 jersey. It would have been on eBay before the end of the game. Jesus. All right. Panthers get a big fat 2 points. Stu and I see you at 8 o'clock in the morning live for the members. Patreon supporters. Links in the description. $3 a month. Appreciate the support. Thank y'all for coming out to the live stream today. Lots of super chats. Really had a good time. We had a lot of good laughs. We put the Christmas tree up. And I gotta go check the replay of the live stream, because right at the end of the second period, as commercial was starting at the post period, Colin and I were talking about time travel, and I shit you not, 3 Christmas ornaments just like flew off the tree and were like perfectly placed on the couch. So I gotta go back and watch the replay because some freaky shit went down with that Christmas tree. 3 ornaments, just like I heard clink, and I looked behind me, and it's just like 3 ornaments just like sitting there. How did 3 fall off? That's a little weird. All right, 2 points.